Jagex just dropped the motherload of all skill and quality of life updates this morning, and there is literally so much to talk about. And in fact, tomorrow there will be an amazing video edited by my wonderful friend that will cover basically every single thing on the blog. So I went live this morning on Twitch and literally went through like every single thing, and I did some tests and I just explored all the new shortcuts and all those things. So stay tuned tomorrow because there will be an amazing video, most likely, or hopefully, that will be discussing all this stuff. And honestly, over the next couple weeks, I will also just be breaking down individual updates that stood out to me and that I would like to cover for you guys and just give you like some nice updates on what has changed and what's worth doing. And in this video in particular, I want to be covering the mining method. So basically there's a new update. Let me just go right here and just make sure this is all pulled up looking sexy. Okay, so there was a new update involving the expert mining gloves. So the examine option says, these will help me mine runite and amethyst, as well as improve mining for iron, silver, coal, gold, sandstone, granite, mithril, and adamantite. Adamantite, is that how you pronounce it? So basically, let me just look at the blog real quick. I don't have a scene to like pull this up. But basically, what it says is, so let's see, where's the full thing? There we go. Okay, so mining, core mining changes. Mining gloves rework to make them more desirable. They are very desirable now, that's for sure. Mining gloves are guaranteed to save a rock X amount of times, dependent the tier of gloves and tier of rocks. So mining gloves now, so let me just, there's mining gloves, there's superior mining gloves, and then there's expert mining gloves. My nerdy ass has expert mining gloves. I've had these for years, and they are now just fucking incredible. So what it says for expert mining gloves is they work on amethyst and runite and provide 1 rock save on those, 2 rock saves on the ores superior mining gloves give, which is adamant, mithril, sandstone, and granite. And then for iron, coal, gold, and silver, it gives you 3 rock saves. And this is guaranteed. And what's really odd about it is it's local to your player. So for example, and I will show examples of this, but if I were to mine this gold, let me just go over to here for the silver because this gold is going to take forever to mine. But if I mine this, you notice how that just depleted in 1? That's because the game remembered, since I logged out previously, that I had already had 2 saves earlier. So it's local to my player. It's not local to the rock. So it's basing it purely off of your player with the rock. So and it differentiates between rocks. So you can't like abuse it and mine 3 silver and then go mine a gold or whatever like that. But this next silver will give me 3 saves. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that was obviously like the 3rd save. And if I were to mine like 3 of these real quick, so 1, 2, 3, then whatever next silver rock I mine will be the depleted 3rd save. Or like I already got my 3 saves basically. You see how that works? And that goes with all rocks. So it doesn't work, however, and I'll just illustrate this really quick. If I mine this 3 times, that is not... So this rock is not dependent on the rolls that the silver rocks has gotten. The silver rocks are all saved in a different part of the system that will remember the next time I mine silver. So if I mine this gold real quick, I actually don't know what I'm on right now. But you see how I mined that and it was successful. That's because it's basing it off of my player, but it's basing it off of that tier rock. But if I go back to the silver, this will be the depleted version right here. See how that works. So I want to go over to, let's grab that desert ammy, because I want to show you a few spots that have changed for like efficient mining, which is really pretty insane. Actually, wait, can I make this? Okay, so basically, there was also another update. I'll talk about this later, but basically you can now teleport, and if you go to teleports, there's a rune light option now. It's under menu swap, and then you go down. Let me just find this for you guys, just because I feel like some people will be asking about this. Menu swap, and you go to item swaps, and then all the way at the bottom it says teleport submenus. Click that on, And then what you do is whenever there's an item with teleports, which is like your max cape and your diary cape, there is literally a way to just go to any of these. And what's even more impressive is if you clicked left click swap or shift click swap when you're holding shift, you can literally make your left click max cape any single teleport that's on the max cape. It's fucking wild. It's crazy. And it's actually made the nature rune crafting method. There's a brand new nature rune crafting method for, if you have a diary cape, which when you're utilizing this little menu swap is crazy because you just left click your diary cape and there's no numbers you need to click. It's crazy. And if you're on a PvP world, you can go to the Falador chest and it's busted. I will make a video on that later. But let's go over to the quarry real quick. And they've made some adjustments here. So for example, when you wanted to mine these granite, there used to be like some blockage right here. So you had to go all the way around here, but now you don't. Now, the best spots to mine now, if you want to chill, again, you can tick manipulate, but I want to show you what happens. There's so much on my mind right now. I'm going crazy. There's like so many branches of thought that I'm just, hopefully this is making some sort of coherent sense to any of you. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying this, by the way. So let me show you what happens if you're equipping these expert mining gloves and tick manipulating. It glitches. So if you want your typical tick manipulation 3 tick 4G, you can't be wearing these gloves because it's going to slow you down. There's something weird going on in the system. I don't know if they're going to fix it. I don't know if it can be fixed, but oh god, why is there, that's weird. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. You'll start noticing that I'm not getting as many successful rolls. Like it kind of works, but wait, is this working? It wasn't. You'll start seeing, okay, this is what I mean. You'll start kind of going on these streaks of like not getting any rocks. And it's really fucking weird. It doesn't really make it, you see what I mean? I'm still in cycle perfectly. I haven't lost cycle. I know that for a fact because I'm a fucking nerd. And I'm just not getting any rocks now. But I will eventually get one, most likely. Hopefully. We'll see about that actually. Because when I was testing this on gold, eventually, you know, it got back in cycle somehow. And I think these gloves are just super fucking wonky. Okay, now I'm actually questioning myself. Did I see? Look at that. Like I was in cycle that whole time and now it finally registered that I'm getting it. So I feel like what's happening is like you go on these weird streaks of getting things, and then you just go on these really odd streaks of not getting anything. So somebody in the comments, some like 5head, some giga brain, galaxy brain guy can let us know what is exactly happening. But I wonder if Jagex is going to fix that. So let's show you now. I'm going to reset my XP trackers and I'm going to show you what the XP rates are of just simply going to a 2 granite spot. And make sure you're adjacent to them. So there's several spots in this place. Like one's over here. There's one right here and there's one right here. But you can literally just use, and again, let me just break this down for you before you start getting super hyped about how much XP I'm about to get. I am wearing a charged celestial signet, which is just a celestial ring. But if I was using like a crystal pickaxe, it'd work with that. And by the way, crystal pickaxes are now actually useful. It's actually super efficient to be using a crystal pickaxe. However, you're still going to get the added convenience of not having to drop as many things with infernal pickaxe. And I will cover the sandstone, why I actually believe sandstone is better here because there is a sandstone grinder. But if you're trying to maximize your XP rates and you're trying to find a chill method, this is a really good spot. But you do have to drop a bunch of granite. So let's, oh yeah, and then I also need to say I have a Varrock armor, Maxscape, and the expert mining gloves. And I'm 99 mining. So there's a lot going on here. But let's just, I want to show you how much XP you can actually expect from this spot. And it's really chill because you just sit here and I'm just going to smash. I know this isn't doing anything, but I like smashing, guys. And so you just sit here and you just mine these 2 spots. And then as soon as this one's depleted, you click on this one and you literally just repeat this. Now, if you want to be super efficient, you should be like dropping the rocks in between and trying not to lose any ticks. But I'm going to do it the really chill method as I would expect you guys to be doing, which is just fill up your inventory and then drop all the granite at once. So I want to give you just a little idea of what's going on. By the way, you can click any of these rocks. It doesn't matter. They're not going to deplete at the same time because of what I told you at the crafting guild where like this is all local to your player. So you can just keep clicking each one you want, and this one, I could literally just keep clicking this one at the end, and this one would basically just be infinite. So this was about, when I was checking, it was about 100K, 105K XP an hour. So we're going to see that kind of just rise over time. I am getting a little bit unlucky. I can already kind of tell. But let me just wait for it. And then once it fills up, I'm just going to do like the really chill method of just dropping it all at once. But again, your XP could increase if you were to be like dropping it in between rocks, as I said. So it really depends. This is faster, by the way, than just going to each 3 rocks. Like, and again, this is assuming you have the gloves. So if you have expert mining gloves, it's worth it to just go to a 2 spot rather than clicking here, then here, then here, because it's obviously like you don't need to move. Like you're just sitting here and the rock's not depleting. So as you see, I just hit above 100K XP an hour, and I'm getting a little bit unlucky. I can tell because I was doing this on stream, and you'll actually see that video tomorrow if you guys watch it, because I do cover this method a little bit more in depth. But yeah, as you see, pretty much 100K XP an hour, which is pretty wild for as chill of a method as this. Jesus, do you see that? Just got a 230 XP drop. Holy fuck. Okay, see, now the XP is bussing right now. We're at 110K. This goes crazy. So I'm pretty sure, though, it balances out at around 105K XP an hour. I'm pretty sure that's kind of what I was looking at earlier. So do you guys believe me? Do I need to show this anymore? Look at this. This is crazy. Maybe I'll even make an hour-long video just to get like a really detailed account for how much XP an hour this is. But it's pretty crazy. And again, this is assuming all this great gear. Now, I want to show you the sandstone spot, which I actually think is more enjoyable because you can use the sandstone grinder, which means there's no dropping involved. Now, this won't actually be the maximum XP per hour I can get because my inventory is... Why do I have a second magscape in my... I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to show you this spot. And again, if my inventory was completely empty, this would actually be even more efficient. But I want to show you just the ease as this method is. It's super easy. It's super simple. There's no dropping. And you don't need any tick manipulation. And this is the best spot to do it because it's the closest to the grinder. And so let's just see how much XP per hour we get. Also, this is amazing for Iron Men that need crafting. Obviously, if you're needing sand, this is so goated. Like this is better than going to this like 4 spot. It's so much more chill. There's no need to tick manipulate. Your wrist isn't going to start bleeding, you know, from all the fucking wrist strain of just repeatedly clicking a knife and lock over and over and over. So as you see, the XP rates are already above 80K. I believe this is around 85K an hour. So then you just click on one of the sandstones and then click on this rock right here. Make sure to click that one because if you click on this one, your guy paths to here and that's inefficient. So I will probably make an hour-long video of this method because I think this method is honestly just better than the granite method for most people because a lot of people just don't want to be dropping shit. If they were to come out with like a disintegrate spell, that would be nice. You know, some sort of spell or some sort of thing that can just disintegrate blocks. I think I talked about that in one of my mining videos like a few months ago. But okay, this is actually going crazier than I thought. I thought it was around in like the 80Ks, but this is actually going harder than I anticipated. Maybe it's because I haven't ran to this guy several times. Maybe it is above 90K XP an hour. This is crazy. But again, if you were like a low-level Iron Man and you just have like a rune pick and you know you don't have any other boosting gear, you haven't mined any stars yet or anything, this will be slower. But yeah, and also I wonder now. I'm assuming most people that are going to be doing this method are not going to care at all whether it's efficient to bring these 1 kilogram sandstones up to the grinder. Because, and I honestly don't even know if it's efficient because you're so close to this guy now. I feel like just the simple amount of dropping you would need to do would literally slow you down more than just bringing it all over to him. So I would never worry about dropping the smaller parts. I would just dump it all. And yeah, I don't know. This is just fucking beautiful. Look at this XP per hour. This is literally, especially if you're a lower mining level, this sandstone is literally probably better than granite, even if you were to efficiently drop your rocks, because this scales so much better with mining levels over time. Like sandstone's just so much easier to mine. There's so many, it's such a higher success rate. So I'm literally getting above 100k XP an hour, which is fucking crazy. So definitely do this, guys. I think I have like previous uploads where I'm doing like the default for sandstone right here, and I think it's like, I think I was getting like 83k or 85k. So I'm literally doing a chiller method and getting more XP per hour and more sand banked per hour. This is fucking wild. And I'd even probably be getting a little bit more if my inventory was completely empty. So anyway, wanted to talk about that. Now I want to also show the potential for silver mining. I know nobody fucking mines silver. Now, if they ever came out with like silversmithing gauntlets, maybe it could be worth it to come down here and mine the silver. And the only reason I'm coming down here is because there's a nice little silver spot here that's right next to this deposit cart, where you can just bank everything. So I'm actually just going to bank the tick manipulation. The only reason I brought that was just to show. Let's dump that and this, and let's drop this. Actually, you know what? Let's dump this as well. So unfortunately, silver does not respawn fast enough to make this worth it. But if they made some changes, if they made it so silver respawns faster, this could be pretty nice. So the spots are, you mine here, these two, and then you mine these two adjacent, then you mine these two adjacent. And again, this is not a good method. I tried this a little bit earlier, not on stream, but just in my like free time. And I was really, really hoping that the amount of saves you get would allow the respawn time to, you know, just have enough time to respawn, but it doesn't. So then I go here, mine these. And again, nobody's really mining silver, but I just thought it'd be interesting because the gloves work with silver. And I just thought, who knows, maybe the XP rate could be somewhat decent and you could bank silver if anybody's trying to bank silver. Again, I'm just assuming that silversmithing gauntlets will come into the game eventually. And, you know, Iron Men always kind of need silver for their lesser jewelry, their lesser gems. So as you see, we have ran out of silver, and it takes quite a while for this to respawn. So my suggestion, if there's any JMods watching, would be to just decrease the respawn time of these silver rocks. I just think that's completely appropriate. I don't think that's broken at all. I think it's actually a healthy change for the game, and it allows a little bit more diversity in your mining selections. So yeah. So, you know, we're only getting about 60 to 70k XP an hour, which is pretty pathetic. But if this were to be a continuous cycle, you could probably get around 80k XP an hour and bank silver, which would be really cool. And you're also getting crystal shards, which is really nice. Now, you might be thinking, ooh, you go to this iron spot. Listen, the next spot I'm going to show you is really crazy because it allows you to not have to use a triple iron spot anymore, because these expert mining gloves allow you to just have 2 iron rocks, and this can be anywhere. It doesn't even need to be in the mining guild. The mining guild has a 50% increased respawn rate for all rocks in here. But if you have these expert mining gloves, you can go to any iron spot, including, for example, the monastery spot where there's just a bunch of iron rocks and coal rocks up that little path. A lot of like low level UIM and Iron Men go there to mine iron, and that's actually a viable place. If, again, this is, I forget that getting expert mining gloves is like actually kind of a chore, and doesn't it take 60 mining just to get in here? I'm spacing, guys. So most super low levels probably won't even be there in the first place. But let me hop worlds real quick so this sleigh buddy isn't here, and let's go. Let's try 356. But this is where I'll be mining, right here on this corner, because you don't need to be in the center anymore. So hopefully it's like peak hours right now, and everyone's trying to get their expert mining gloves. So this might actually just take. Oh my. Oh wait, no, it's still gonna take a while. Yeah, this guy's using his. Is he using his gloves? Look at him. In fact, you don't even need. Maybe you don't even need the expert. Maybe you just need like superior or even just the normal mining gloves. But let's see if I can find a spare world. Might need to go to a 2200 world. Let's see. Let's try this one. But this is another amazing method. I wonder if I can go here. Let's just take it. So watch this. And I'm going to show you the efficient way to how to bank. You don't go to the bank chest, you go to the deposit box. And I think I've made a video on this before, but this is just a lot more simple. And it's just, you're getting more iron per hour and more XP per hour. So let's see what it equals out to. And this is actually how you get your minerals too. So I would suggest, you know, obviously just do, I would power mine initially until you get like the first gloves. And the first gloves work with iron. So then I'm pretty sure once you get your first pair of gloves, just continue this. So this would be the way to power out your expert mining gloves for those that still need them. So as you see, this is just going hella smoothly. What did he say? Okay, watch this. I use the iron and then I click 4 and run back. Thank you. I was literally watching your 2-tick crab. Wow, that was my first video, guys. The 2-tick crabs. Fucking legend. Give him a little love heart. Shout out Dakota. Dakota. Got it. So yeah, look at the XP per hour. I think this was the one, if I recall correctly. That's about 85k mining XP per hour. And this is so fucking chill. Look at this. Look how chill this is. Like, it's just, you're just sitting here clicking these 2 rocks and you get to bank all the iron. So I'm actually very curious how much profit you'd actually make, because how much is this worth? Hello, Rune Light. Is this thing broken? I think it's broken. Let me look up price iron ore. 190. Oh my god. And if I wasn't using an infernal pickaxe, I'd be getting more iron ore per hour. But the XP rate would plummet just a slight bit just because of the amount of banking I would need to do. But look at this, over 90k XP an hour currently. That's going to probably diminish to about 85k, I'd imagine. But yeah, pretty fucking wild. So I feel like it might be worth it to, if I only have 1 iron left over, just to go bank real quick, just so you're like anticipating the bank, you know, if you want it to be like super efficient. So this is the method I would suggest nowadays to get your expert mining gloves. Obviously you have to get your first pair. So I would power mine in this spot right here first, get all the minerals you need, and then continue here. So really, really cool. Now I want to go to this last place, which, as you guys, if you guys are longtime Ramble listeners, you probably know how much I've been wanting like gold ore in particular to be updated, to just have a faster respawn and to, you know, have a higher success rate. Nowadays, we don't actually need a higher respawn rate. What we really need, unless you're tick manipulating, what we really need now is just a higher success rate. So we just need the higher success rate. In a decreased respawn time would also be totally nice. I think silver and gold and mithril and adamant all need it, honestly, across the board. It is still I'm not even going to show the examples of mining mithril or adamant because it's fucking pathetic. It's abysmal, even with these gloves. It's just so painful. It takes so long. Like, adamant literally feels like it takes longer than rune. It's so bad. Coal is kind of worth mining at this point just because of these gloves. Again, this is all assuming these gloves, so it's pretty nice. But I want to show you just what it's like mining this gold. So this is where I would suggest mining gold if you need it. But again, this is just not really worth it because the success rate is so fucking pathetic still. So Jagex, if you're listening to this, I think it's really appropriate. I don't think it's a problem at all for just the success rate of gold to be increased, because as you guys will see, the XP per hour mining gold just straight up with the expert mining gloves. And again, remember, tick manipulation doesn't really work too well when you're equipping these gloves. It only really comes out to like 40k mining XP per hour. So even if you were to double the success rate, gold ore would only go up to 80k mining XP per hour. And we're only talking, you know, maybe 1200 gold banked per hour, 1100 or 1200 banked per hour, which is not that great, honestly. It's still worth it, but you know, mining iron is like, look at the fucking prices of this. Iron ore is worth more than gold right now. So again, this is assuming like you're a main. If you're an Iron Man, a lot of Iron Men just want the gold ore, and it would be cool to have this as a viable method. So yeah, kind of just pathetic on the XP end. It just takes way too goddamn long. And the gold horseshoe in Brimhaven, which I've mentioned, you know, a bunch of times in the past, it would be cool if there was like a deposit box there or some NPC where you could bank the gold there. Again, that would be assuming they've increased the success rate, and then there's a guy there, but you can just use it. So there's just a few different spots to be able to bank your ore, because it really does feel good. I feel like OSRS players, you know, it's sometimes we almost feel obligated to power mine or power this or just drop all your resources to the ground. It feels so much better when you can actually just bank it. It just feels like you're actually progressing your account. You're getting a stack of something. It feels good. That iron spot in the mining guild feels fucking great. So as you see, we just skimmed 40k mining XP per hour, and this is pretty much what it caps out at. So I would just suggest this to go up a little bit higher. And you know, there's always potential for future updates. I think just the simplest updates though is just like silver, gold, mithril, adamant, just increase the success rates of it. It's just crazy. And the last thing I want to say on this video is just regarding stalls. So stalls as in like gem stalls, wine stalls, like thieving stalls. On the video, which you will see tomorrow, there's most likely going to be a clip of me just raging over how pathetic it is that we still have to rely on hopping worlds to be efficient with things. I feel like hopping worlds, like I feel like we should be beyond hopping worlds as a functional game mechanic that we like need to do. People could disagree with me. What do you guys think? Is I feel like we're at a point where it's just like unfun to have to hop worlds. But with all the stalls, and I mentioned it on the original blog where they were talking about what they're trying to do with the thieving stalls. I went to go thieve a gem stall in Zaya. And let me just go there right now, because as you guys see, this is we're not even getting 40k XP an hour. This is so bad. I want to show you. Oh God, I forget that I've changed all this. Who is this person? Is it Elise? I don't know who this person is. Elise? Elise? Is that you? Yes, it is. Okay. So there's a gem stall right here, and just look at, like, they've updated this, but look how long this still takes to respawn. Oh, this is multi. Jesus Christ. Watch how long this takes to respawn. Like, the gem should have already respawned by this point. If you want to make thieving stalls not the most just ancient artifact of this game ever that nobody hardly uses to ever train, just increase the drop rates. Or increase the respawn rate, because you like if you wanted to thieve stalls, you're literally just helpless to hopping worlds repeatedly, and you know that's just like not fun. Why can't you tone back the XP given per thief? That would obviously need to be the case. You couldn't keep the same XP per thief. You know, I think it's like 200 or something. Look how long this takes. This is ridiculous. This should have the same respawn as cakes. I'm going to show you how long cakes take to steal. But this right here, I'm sorry. This is bad. This takes so long. Okay, boom. 400. Yeah, that would need to be toned down to like, you know, 30 or something if you could just repeatedly thieve them. Now, I can imagine some people... this is the speed as to which I think all stalls should respawn. And then you'd have to make the appropriate balance changes for the XP drops. Maybe make some appropriate changes to the potentially the level it takes to thieve. But this is the speed I like right here. That. If I could get a sapphire or an emerald or a ruby or a diamond this quickly, these could actually become viable training methods that feel good. Like if you have like an Iron Man account that has a relatively high thieving level, I think gem stalls take like 75 thieving. If you had 75 thieving and you need gems desperately for something, like imagine you could actually just fucking steal gems, How cool that would be. Maybe it doesn't need to be quite this fast, although I would say maybe it does, personally. I don't want there to be any incentive to hop worlds, basically. And I think it would be cool to just have some methods where you can get gems, or you can get your silver, your silk or your silver, all at a very reasonable rate that's like this fast. That's my personal take. What do you guys think? Is this too busted? I just feel like it's really not busted. I think we're living in a time where like drop tables are so ridiculously overpowered, and we still have this weird mindset where like skilling cannot be good. Like skilling has to be like 200k GP per hour or else it's just busted, which is so weird. Like, damn, this guy's really just after me, aren't you? You're just waiting for me, aren't you, buddy? Just waiting for me. Why are his eyes white? Actually, that's what they're supposed to be. Why are our eyes black? But he didn't have any pupils. That was kind of weird. My eyes are just completely dilated. Anyway, that's all I'm going to cover for today's video. This is obviously like longer than I anticipated. Stay tuned for tomorrow because there will be an edited version going over all the updates and stuff. Most of them, I should say. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully this, helped a few of you that are trying to get your expert mining gloves and just some food for thought. So thank you as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.